Oh my goodness, who will save that child? This was the first thought that popped into my mind when I saw this painting. As I delved deeper, I discovered another chilling detail. Perhaps it is the other child, the one threatened by the soldier wielding a sword who truly needs to be rescued urgently. But don't worry, in the end, this child was saved by none other than King Solomon, renowned worldwide for his wisdom. For those who watched the previous episode, do you remember the story of King David and Bathsheba? Solomon is their child. Now we will once again journey back to the time of King David. In the ancient land of Israel, a kingdom was in transition. King David, a man after God's own heart, had ruled for 40 years, guiding his people with strength and wisdom. As age took its toll on David, he prepared to pass the crown to his son, Solomon. The kingdom was vast and diverse, filled with challenges that demanded not just power, but profound wisdom. When David finally breathed his last, the mantle of leadership fell upon Solomon, a young man still finding his footing in the world. On the day of his coronation, the air was thick with anticipation. Solomon stood before the people, aware of the weight of his new responsibilities. He remembered his father's words, "Always follow the Lord and obey his commands." With a heart full of hope, yet burdened by doubt, Solomon sought guidance from the one who had given his father strength. One night, as Solomon lay in Gibeon, after offering 1,000 sacrifices at a high place, he fell into a deep sleep. In this dream, God appeared to him and said, "Ask for whatever you want me to give you." The choice was monumental. Wealth, power, or long life could all be his. But Solomon's heart was not selfish. Instead of asking for riches or glory for himself, he humbly replied, "Give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong." His request pleased God immensely. "Because you have asked for this and not for long life, wealth, or vengeance on your enemies," God responded, "I will give you what you have asked for. I will also give you what you did not ask for, riches and honor." Solomon awoke from this dream with a sense of purpose and clarity. He was destined to be a wise ruler. As time passed, word of Solomon's wisdom spread far and wide. People traveled from distant lands to seek his counsel. One day, 2 women came before him, each claiming to be the mother of a baby boy. Their voices were filled with desperation as they argued their cases before the king. The first woman cried out, "My lord, this woman and I live in the same house. I gave birth to my son 3 days ago. During the night, her child died because she rolled over him. She took my living son while I slept." The second woman retorted angrily, "No! The living child is mine. The dead one is hers." The courtroom buzzed with tension as both women passionately insisted on their claims. Solomon listened intently but knew he needed a way to reveal the truth. In an unexpected move that stunned everyone present, he commanded, "Bring me a sword." Gasps filled the room as soldiers brought forth the weapon. "Cut the living child in 2, he ordered calmly. "Give half to one mother and half to the other." Panic erupted among those gathered as they processed this drastic decree. But then something remarkable happened. The true mother's instincts kicked in. She cried out in anguish, "Please, give her the living baby. Don't kill him. I would rather lose him than see him die." Solomon's eyes narrowed as he observed her reaction. He turned to her and declared triumphantly, "Give her the living child. She is his mother." The courtroom erupted in awe. They had witnessed divine wisdom in action. This gripping scene is masterfully depicted in Nicolas Poussin's painting, The Judgment of Solomon, leaving me once again in awe of the power of art to evoke such profound emotion. This painting not only showcases Poussin's exceptional talent in composition and storytelling, but also reflects his deep engagement with classical ideals and the complexities of human emotion. Painted between 1649 and 1650, The Judgment of Solomon is one of Poussin's most celebrated works. It depicts the biblical story where King Solomon demonstrates his divine wisdom in resolving a dispute between 2 women claiming to be the mother of a child. In The Judgment of Solomon, Poussin masterfully divides the scene into distinct emotional and compositional zones. Solomon sits on an elevated throne, the focal point of the composition. His gesture is commanding yet calm, embodying wisdom and authority, symbolizing his impartiality. On the left, the true mother kneels in desperation, her arms outstretched in a plea for mercy. Her anguish contrasts sharply with the cold indifference of the false mother, who stands on the right, her demeanor resolute as she accepts the proposed division of the child. The child, held aloft by a soldier, becomes the physical and symbolic focal point of the conflict. The soldier's muscular figure and raised sword introduce a sense of tension and impending violence, heightening the drama. Surrounding Solomon are courtiers and onlookers, their expressions ranging from horror to curiosity. They represent the collective conscience of society, witnessing the trial of human morality and divine wisdom. Among the onlookers, there is a woman with whom I deeply resonate. As a mother, she cannot bring herself to face this heart-wrenching scene directly. This subtle detail makes me admire Poussin's storytelling ability even more. After hearing this story, what would you do? How would you handle this conflict if it were up to you?